All right, hello, welcome to Flutter tutorial. But this is not exactly a tutorial because I don't know Twitter myself. Flutter myself because I'm just getting started. So I'm just gonna be recording my progress of how I learned Flutter. Uh, I'm not gonna watch any YouTube tutorials or anything. I'm simply gonna follow the Flutter and their official documentations. Now, I will go to their website. This is their Flutter website, and I click get started, and it tells me how to install. I'm using Windows. Okay, I'm clicking Windows. Now, there are some instructions how you can install it from Git. These are system requirements, but I'm pretty sure it's a standard for everybody. I'll just check just in case if you have a very low PC or something. Make sure it's Windows 10. Alright, all you have to do is download it and store it somewhere else. And the location you desire, or wherever you download, just make sure it's not inside like folder. Make sure it's just in the open. Okay. Now once you download this, these are not exactly necessary. All you have to do is extract them. This is for Git cloning. It's like you get their files from the Git itself. So do not get confused with all these steps because all you have to do is just download it. Okay, now this is the path where you have to upload the system environment. Okay, the system environment, edit environment, variable accounts. You see that? All you have to do is environment. Yeah, all you have to do is start that. You click. You see there will be a path and a path here. All you have to do is make sure, click edit and click new and add Flutter. I have already downloaded it. The Flutter is in my E drive. Flutter folder. Inside this, I downloaded it and I extracted to a Flutter folder. And see this bin? This is where this command line exists. So just copy this and post it. Click new and post it here. Also click new, just paste it here and click OK. Do the same in the system resources as well. Wait, now it's not being editable. What? Anyway, once you've done that, simply run a command line. Make sure to run as an administrator. You can close this. Flutter doctor. See, run Flutter doctor. That's a main command line which will check all your development environments are running or not. Flutter doctor. Click and it will check do you have everything. But the good thing is you don't really need to have everything at the beginning. Okay, but I kind of installed two things that it showed as a not okay. You see that it says Android Studio not installed, unable to find bundled Java version, Visual Studio, desktop development with C++. These are required, but you don't actually have to start with them because this is just a beginning. But if you're focusing on Android, make sure to follow these flutterdev.get started install Android setup. But if you're wait, let me show you the downloads. Download Android Studio, download Visual Studio Community, download Visual Studio Code. This and this are complete two different things. Okay, this is a development tool, this is also a development tool, but this is mainly focused on Visual Studio only, not every language. Okay, just search Android Studio download and also search, this is a link, the first link is the one. You can even click and go to download, it's all the same. Also you can search for Visual Studio download, not Visual Studio Code. Remember, Visual Studio tools. This is also another development tools community version. You download it, you will get these, and these are two different things. Remember that Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio itself is a two different thing. Make sure to install that. Should install if you need, if you're focusing on Windows. Okay, these are all the instructions. This will let you like run and set up the directory when Android Studio is installed. Yeah, listen. You just copy this and paste it, and you need to know where the Android Studio is installed. When you install the Android Studio, it will show you where you're installing. If you don't know, you can simply search in the Google, but I already know where I have installed it. This is where I have installed it. You may need to restore any open editors. Okay, I have the open editors. No, I have it installed, but I just didn't click it finished. Yes, the installer is open. I actually installed the Android Studio, but now this is not necessary for it, but you can simply close it. Oh, also if you're focusing on Android only, you can simply do that in the Android Studio. All these setups are here. For Android, you have to set up emulator and stuff, but this is just, we are just learning Flutter, so all these setups are really not necessary. What we need is web setup. So now we're set up, the Flutter is ready, now you're good to go. But that's not the only thing. We need Flutter in Visual Studio Code. This is the final setup. Launching Visual Studio. You know what? I'm gonna launch Android Studio as well, because if you're literally focusing on mobile app development, you can make wait, let me show you. I opened both, they're both taking this time because this is not really a good high-end PC. This is the latest Android Studio called Electric Eel. It's like a version. I mean, they have tons of versions, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, reopen. That's kind of good option. It says it's slow. Do you want to reopen it or wait? I said reopen, and it just automatically ended itself on reopening it. Shit, I have too many stuffs. It's not responding. All right. Now the Android Studio is up. click new project. No activity, phone, tablet, Android TV. Now we're focusing on game activity, login activity, no activity. We're starting with a blank. My application, package name. Now you see the language, it accepts Java and Kotlin. Kotlin is a recent one, you can go with it. But the purpose of me doing this is because we need to set up Android emulator. Now if I click finish, it will open up the editor. And second part is installing it. Make sure where you have your SDK, I mean Android SDK, because you have to mention that in the Flutter. Make sure these are all downloaded and set up and ready to go, because if you're focusing on Android only, you need to install everything and make sure you have the emulator to test your web apps. Now, once you opened your Visual Studio Code, make sure to open a folder which is a blank folder. Okay, I'm gonna just put it here, and I'm gonna put it in the Flutter. I'm gonna make Flutter, because that one is a direct installer. So, but don't do this like a messy. Just put it in E and training or something. Don't do it like this. Once you posted it, you will literally open a new interface. Once you access the folder, it will open another one. It will ask you, do you want to trust this? Yes, I trust this folder, because whatever stored in this folder will be displayed here. So you have to make sure that it's not. Now the folder is ready. Now you need the extension. The extension is Flutter. See that? Flutter. Also there will be Dart, but if you install this, Dart also itself will be installed, so you don't really have to worry about that. This will install this and the Dart coding support. You don't really have to type Dart itself. You can install these snippets because they will auto-complete. See that? Installs them from Visual Code Marketplace or by search within Visual Code. The Dart extension will be installed automatically if not already installed. That means you don't really have to install Dart code support. It will be installed automatically. Now once this is installed, you're good to go and make a Flutter project. Now that's it. Your system, you're ready for Android development and web development. But if you're just starting, focus on web development because they're all just same code. Okay, just focus on web developments. Now the Visual Studio is ready, Visual Studio Code is ready, Android Workplace is ready. You're not actually gonna, I think there are ways to run Dart in Android Studio if you install certain extensions. It will support Dart, but I'm not gonna confuse you with it right now. So far, you see the emulator. The emulator is the one that always causes some sort of issue with launching, but don't worry about it. You're just getting started. Wait for the Flutter Dart code to install, and once it's done, you can literally start the project. And that's it for the setting up for Flutter. All you have to do is remember, install, run, and you don't even have to worry about Androids. Just focus on the big file. Download this file. Download this file. Open Android Visual Studio Code, and you literally just install the extension. You're ready to go. So it's done. You're ready. Now you're ready to start the development. The Flutter development environments are ready for to start. Now in my next video, we will be starting with their tutorials, not our tutorials, their tutorials. And thank you for watching. Next video is coming up soon.